Hi everyone and happy Tuesday. Now we have got the second part of our planner page to do. Now I've been looking at this and I really dislike this reddy orange border that's going on here, but I'm going to leave it and do the leaves and then decide whether I'm doing a bit in there and whether I might need to change it or not. I'm hoping that it will sit back a little bit once the leaves are done, because I don't really like it. But anyway, we're going to deal with the leaves on the inner circle first, so I can come in closer. There we go. Now I think I'm going to start with these. Now I quite like the idea of using some green. It's an autumnal picture, but it doesn't mean there's no green. But I think we can mix it with some browns as well. So I'm going to start actually with the number 52 and do the base of this set of leaves. And firstly actually the stem. Now remember, this sort of joined into that border, but I decided to ignore that and just link it in like that as if it's going behind. And now we're going to do the base of each one here, layering up at the base and then just beginning to fade up the leaf like that. So layering up at the base and then fading up a bit. The same on each one. It's been a very busy day so far. So what was I doing first thing this morning? Cleaning after breakfast. We might be having guests popping in at the weekend, so cleaning just in case, cleaning early just in case. We clean anyway each week, but just doing it a little bit early. And then family, husband and boys went out to get their hair cut, so I popped out, had to pop into town, and then did a bit of shopping on the way back because we needed some groceries today and I didn't think we'd have time to shop. Got home, unpacked the groceries, realised there was no milk. So after lunch I took the children shopping again. This is number 50. What we're going to do is extend that green to the tip. We are going to add another colour at the tip. Actually those two, I think those two are part of this. I'm just going to do those as well with the 52. Don't worry, I'll explain again my plan for the 50. So exactly the same as with the others. There we go. So the 50, I'm going to sharpen it, go over what I've done already and fade to the tip. I'm going to go all the way to the tip, but I want a much smaller layer, thinner layer at the tip so that I can go over it in a little bit of another colour. Okay. So don't press down too hard, or else you might find you can't get another colour down there. Yeah, so I went back to the shop, so I've done a lot of walking today, which is rare for me. It's probably good. And I've got to do some more food shopping on Sunday, some last minute things for my son. For we used to always shop on a Sunday. It means you can get things for the week, lunch boxes in the week, so they're fresh. But we started taking to shopping on a Saturday, which was usually okay, but and then midweek as well. But today's Friday, recording this on a Friday, so it's a bit too early, so I'll have to go on Sunday and do it. This is 49. I'm going to use this on the tip of each leaf just to add a more autumnal feel to that green, and hopefully it won't disappear too much into the background. I'm really hot as well. Broken pencil. Yeah, I'm hot. I think this sharpener's getting a bit blunt. The second broken pencil I've had, isn't it? Whilst making this video. Right, we'll try that. but husband's going to be at a festival all weekend with his brother, who's the one that might be popping in. Well, who will be popping in to see us at some point, but we just don't know when. So we're all prepared now. So that's good. I can just get on and not worry about it, and he'll just pop round when he pops round. There we go. Now this set here and this set here are all attached to the branch, so I think they should be the same colours because, you know, the same tree. And I think we need to do a bit more autumnal colouring on this one as well. So I'm thinking maybe if I start with the brown of the branch of the tree, and then work from there, it might give us some a different look. So 76 is what I used for the branch, and I'm just going to do the base of each leaf with that, and then just fade it up. Doesn't really matter how far up you fade it. If some leaves are further than others, that just looks a bit more realistic. You know, not every leaf is going to look identical. I've been doing, I hope to get back to it later, a bit of colouring from a video, following a tutorial myself of Chris Chang. I always find that hers so inspiring, and but they take so long and they're so difficult, but it sort of pushes me as well, which is always really good. And I'm doing a picture from Minuet de Bonheur, I think it's called. Is it Canoto Igusa, I think is the name. Anyway, so it's an autumnal picture with foxes. It's a really lovely way that she's coloured it. It's a lovely picture anyway, and I'm following along as best I can. Mine's not going to look like hers, but I don't get too worried about that. It's just learning new techniques and new colour combinations, things like that, like her berries. And you know I love colouring berries. There are no berries on this page, but what she did for those was she did this Prismacolor, a bit of lilac on most of them. Then some of them was no, that was it. And then on some of those lilac ones she did a bit of mulberry. Some of them she didn't. Then she went over them all with the indigo to darken them all. And then on the ones that had nothing on yet, because she left some blank, she put a bit of indigo on the edge. And then on those she put some lime peel and then some moss green to make them green rather than coloured. And some of them she only used the mulberry, not the lilac, so she got a bit of a mix of different colour berries. Now that's not something I ever do within a bunch of berries, but it's far more realistic. You know, if you look at a bunch of berries on a tree or bush or whatever, you know, they're usually at different stages in their changing colour. So that was really interesting. And she left a little white bit on each, because mulberry bleeds into white pen, so you can't use it. I'm going to now use this 16, this sort of ochre colour, on all of them and take it right to the tip. Again, it's going to blend into the sky a bit, but that's okay. Don't press too hard on the tip, because we're going to put a bit of green on the tip of these. Yeah, that was different. And then she used, I can't remember, there was a dark colour, I can't remember which one it was, and then black to put shadows and things on them, and it's just, they look lovely. I thought hers much better than mine, but I don't mind. I was learning, having fun, you know, enjoying, so it's fine. As I say, it isn't about, I'm just going to fill in those gaps there, always making it look identical to hers. It's about learning. So that was interesting. So I thought I might try that with some polychromos, see if I can replicate the look. I do sometimes with my berries layer a lighter colour first and then put darker ones on and things like that, but never quite like that. So I thought, you know, I could do a violet and then a middle purple pink. You could still use the indigo and polys, and then, you know, maybe some earth green yellowish or May green and things, you know, and then chrome oxide green or something like that. you know, different options for having a play around with it. So as well as looking forward to finishing that tutorial, going back to it, it's going to be fun trying out some of the techniques. Now the tutorial, I say finishing it, well, I did start it yesterday afternoon and did some in the evening as well, and I've managed to watch 38 minutes of her video, and it's taken me about 4 hours, I reckon, so far, maybe 3, to do what I've done. So yeah, I did accidentally do a bit wrong, like a leaf appeared coloured. Sometimes in her videos something just appears and it's been coloured in the same way as another thing, and I did the wrong one. So, but it doesn't matter because they actually, I think, are going to be end up being the same anyway. That so I've done a little bit. I'm going to use mine. I think it might show up 57. I'm going to sharpen it and then see if it's going to show up for me if I do a little bit of that on the tips. Mine may not, because I've got quite strong colours. Oh, I think it's okay. But also in this picture there's a tree stump in it, and she's coloured it like there's moss all over it, and it's so effective. And I was like, I've often tried to colour mossy trees and it's never really worked, but it just looks, this doesn't look particularly green, it's making it just a bit darker brown, but I'm okay with that. It just looks so amazing. And she's also done a bit on the ground, which looks like fallen autumnal leaves, and it was really simple. It was just a sort of, I think it was a orangey colour, maybe the mineral orange, and then a bit of some red splodges on it, and then some dark brown splodges, and it just looks, it's just like, that's so effective and simple. So that was interesting, but I was having a lot of fun with that, so that's good. It's nice to have you know, do a little bit of something that I'm enjoying, that's for me, but I will be able to hopefully pass some things on to you as well. So yeah, that looks quite different to that, but we need to do a green one over here to sort of match, I think, or browny green or something, because we need a bit more sort of bright greens, I think, or else it's going to look a little bit odd. But I guess we'll have all sorts of different colours once we're done. So this is just doing the tips of these there. Now, yeah, this one here, let's have a think. Just need to wipe my nose so you can catch up while I'm doing that. I'm thinking this stem and base, we could do them in a brownish colour and then do quite a distinctive green tip. It might look a bit, no, it won't look too much like that. So I've got this colour, this is the 73, and I'm going to use it for this stem. I don't think it looks too much like a tree branch, and I'm not going to do too much of it. So really just the base, and fade it. I'm going to fade it a fair bit up, but I'm going to cover it with some green. I'm not quite sure what yet, but I'll get there. Yeah, so it's nice to sit down and do some colouring, so that's good. After brushing about, yeah, I got I picked up a few Christmas presents when I was in town. Again, I've been talking about this bit in videos. I know it's early, but this particular item is something that I thought might sell out, so I wanted to get it quickly before it does, so that's okay. And yeah, I've popped those away already. It's nice to know a little something's done. I know it's not much, it's only a few little things, but you know, it's nice to sort of, yeah, sure you get the same feelings. I'm just looking at my greens. I think I'm going to use number 5. Again, it needs a sharpen. It isn't that similar a colour to the brown, but I'm confident that I can fade it in. So here it is 5. So what I'm going to do is very carefully not put it down too intensely, and then just take it gently into that brown like that. See, because the colours aren't natural friends, it's good to be gentle, and then just gently combine together. And then we still get that autumnal feel, but it sort of balances that green there a little bit. There will be more greens in the leaves that we're doing. I haven't really planned or decided what I'm doing where. I've been playing around a bit with TikTok just before I came on here. I put some posts on there. I hadn't posted for ages, and they did really well. One of them had like 57,000 views. So this is a bit mad. We're going to come down and do some of this top layer. So it's like, ooh, let's try putting something else on and see what happens. I'm going to use my light green. This is the 50 for the beginnings of these. So I'm going to use it. Let's do the viney bit first, the stem. Around there, and this bit as well, and then the base of the leaves. Yeah, so I thought I just trying a few things, and I just think, well, it might mean that people find my YouTube or my socials, hopefully they might just enjoy it. So I put one up today, which was an old video about how to remove a lead from a hand crank sharpener, which has proved to be a long-running popular video because it's something that people might need to know, because it's quite tricky, to be honest. Once you know, you know, but it's tricky. So I thought I would share, and I put that on. That was quite popular, and people thanked me because someone said they've had one stuck in their sharpener for years and they didn't know how to get it out. So that's really good. I'm really pleased about that. So it's nice to just be helpful, isn't it? I'm going to do a yellowy colour on these, just a bit different. This is number 1. It's very bright. I'm going to put it on the tips. Now you're going to have to put it on quite intensely because it needs to show up. So, and I'm trying a few other ones as well, just experimenting really. It's a bit of fun, seeing what views I get and that sort of thing. It's just a different way to share sort of colouring knowledge, I suppose. Wow, that's quite yellowy. Now these little ones up here, we could do a little bit orangey because I've got the oranges, but I didn't really want to use them here because of the background being so orangey. So we've got number 4, and I'm going to try an orange stem and a bit of an orange flower leaf. Flower indeed. I'm also excited because my favourite TV shows just has started last week. This is 16 going to do for the tips, and I was a bit disappointed because on Tuesday they normally reveal the songs and dances they're going to be doing, so what type of dance each couple's doing. This is some Strictly Come Dancing and like Dancing with the Stars. We'll do these big flat leaves next. What should we do with those? Maybe a little bit of this, yeah, horrible orangey colour, 24. I don't like this colour, which is why I think I might have felt so disappointed in this border. So we'll see. I'm going to use it quite lightly here. So I was disappointed they hadn't revealed what they were doing, because I like to have a little look and have a think about who's going to do well and who might struggle, that sort of thing, you know. It gives you something to think about and look forward to. But fortunately, I'm not going to do those two this colour, because they're a different type of leaf and they're against that colour bit. Going to go to 49. Fortunate, so they released them just now, so I was having a look at who was doing what, so that was good, so I was happy. But hopefully they're going to do it a bit earlier than a Friday, because that's quite late in the week. I like to know early on, have a think, but maybe it's just because I'm impatient. Me? Never. But we haven't really got to know the contestants yet. I think I might do these and these all the same, although they're different leaves. Maybe these, and because they're all on this same stem, and I don't know. I'm going to start with some dark brown anyway. I'm going to use the 77, which I'm just sharpening. 77, and draw in the sort of stem. So normally in the first week they have half the dancers doing a cha-cha, but this time they haven't. They've got 3 of them doing it. They used to, when the series first started, they would have half of them doing a cha-cha, half of them doing a waltz, and then they would swap the next week so that you could really properly compare them side by side. They stopped doing that a long time ago. I'm going to use little 56 on the end of here. I think there's a tendency for people to get bored by seeing the same dance style, but I think I would quite like to see them all do the same dance style every week. I mean, like week 1 everyone does a something, and then week 2, you know, week 1 everyone does a cha-cha, week 2 everyone does a waltz, week 3 everyone does a samba, you know, that sort of thing, and you can really compare them well. But I think they think audiences will get bored, but I think the choreography varies so much that there isn't much chance of that really. I'm going to use 57 for these two, just a little bit on the stem. It's not going to show up too well. And taking it all the way to the end, really trying to make those bases a bit darker. And then on the very tip, I'm going to put a little bit of red. This is the 2. Just a bit. There we go. Now these 3, what should we do with those? Maybe just looking at what colours I haven't used, what colours I have used. Maybe back to 52, and maybe we'll make, maybe we'll do the tips in 52. And then finish them off with no, I was going to do a yellow, but I think we need something a bit more dark, so I'm going to go for a 76, so it stands out against this background. Ooh, big thunderclap. It was long, but quite distant. We are due. Oh, and again. We are due thunder today. Now these here are quite little, so I'm going to do them in 42, and I'm going to do them all just in the one colour. We were forecast a strange thing. We were forecast thunder showers. I was confused by that, you know, it's like, well, I guess it's just thunder but with rain showers rather than thunderstorms with heavy rain. They did change it later and say storms, so I guess we'll wait and see. There we go, it's that little bunch. Got this bit here. So we've got these two leaves here first. I'm going to go back to a green, I think. 57. It's got very dark outside, but fortunately not in here, as I have an apple. I think this stem as well, maybe to there. Okay, so we've got a bit of this. We'll use a bit of 16. I think I might have done that combo already. Maybe we'll do a 76 for the tip. And for this bit, I keep thinking I can hear rain, but I don't think it's actually. Maybe it is. I can't see. Sometimes it's really hard to see rain. Now these here are really teeny tiny, aren't they? More thunder. It's tempting to go orange like we did there, but we've got orange, so maybe we'll just do green for these. Maybe we'll just go the little 56. I think I might have called that 76 last time. It's hard to read. And these as well, just blocking them in because they're so little. Now these shape of leaves have got quite a big bunch here. They always look to me like ivy, but ivy is not particularly autumnal in colour. But how are we going to do these? See, these have got like a bit around the edge in a different colour. I don't think I'm going to take notice of that. I think I'm going to grab my number 5 and just start with that. Do, oh, more thunder. Can you hear it, I wonder? Okay, quite loud. So I'm going to do this base bit here and then just fade it up. Same here. It's supposed to be thunder all weekend. I'm glad we went shopping when we did. I don't mind being out in thunder, particularly storms, particularly around here, because because we're so low, it's quite safe. But it's when it's torrential rain, it's not so much fun. Although sometimes they're okay. If you're on your way home, get absolutely soaked, there's no better excuse to go and get your pyjamas on. I used to love it when I did the school run. Oh, wow, it's so black. I used to love it when I would do the school run and we'd get drenched, and then we could all just go and put our pyjamas on and sit in front of the radiator, cosy. Still thundering. It's really rumbling round. I think it's supposed to be like it tomorrow morning when we'll be doing the farmer's market, but hey ho. I don't think I can put my pyjamas on that early in the morning. Why not? You all say, well, because I might have guests. I don't think they would. Wow, it's getting even darker. 57. I'm going to go over what I've done here and then just extend that green area a bit, but I'm going to still leave a pale tip. I'm just ignoring the shape of the leaf in the sense that, and the fact that this bit's been filled in. Wow, more. It's going rumble, bang, rumble. It's a great storm. I love thunderstorms, but normally they're not dangerous here, you know, just fun. I think my husband was saying he had a headache, he's gone to get a paracetamol. Oh, I missed a bit, look there. Just gonna do that bit. There we go. It's very, very black in the sky. I think we're definitely going to have some very heavy rain in a minute. My son says when he's streaming, it always seems to be some sort of disturbance. Whether he said it could be heavy, heavy rain on his roof, which is quite loud because he's in the attic. I'm going to use this one, number 42, the tips, little orange tips. Or he says often emergency service vehicles going past. I get that too. Oh, I had a steam train go by yesterday. It was exciting. I wasn't recording, but I heard the whistle. Oh, it's such a lovely sound. I rushed to the window. Now the leaves are still on the trees. Can't really. Oh, missed one. We'll do that in a minute. Can't really see the train track or the trains very well because the thick trees in between. But right, so it was. Oops. This 5 first. But I could see all the smoke in the air and the Pullman's coaches it was pulling. So, oh, so lovely. 57. I've been on the steam train a few times. It's lovely. I'm surprised they aren't banning them, to be honest, because they're talking about banning wood-burning stoves, which I do have one. This is 42 because of the particulates in the air, but actually I use this, we use smokeless fuel, so wow, that is so loud. Now this feather, did it come off our owl? I think so. So I'm going to colour it in the browns. This is 76 that we use for most of our owl. We use both browns actually. So I'm just going to fade it a little bit towards the edge, if I can. It's quite small and fiddly. Now often the this stalky bit, some people say it's called the quill. I don't know if it is. I'm going to do with 80 because those are usually like a piece of, I think they might be made of the same thing that fingernails are made of, but I couldn't be sure. Right, there's a start. Now down here we've got another lot of flowers and I need to think about what I'm going to do for this behind here because I feel like it needs a background in there. I think I might, I'm really tempted to just swoosh over with some yellow pastel, but I want it to stand out enough. We have some flowers here as well. I'm unsure what colour to do those. I think I'll start actually, I'm just going to do a little bit more. I'm just going to do this bit and then I think I'm going to do another video actually because we've got with 56. Taken a fair bit of time for this one, so I'm trying to find all the stem and vines and do those with this one. I don't think I've got any more of these 56 pencils, so if I want a new one I'll have to buy a whole new tin, and I've got absolutely tons of some of the other colours because you used to be able to buy them open stock from a certain place in the UK. So my husband had bought a lot. Oh, it's rain. There's the rain. Very loud in the window. You may not hear it. Now I'm wondering whether to draw in these stems. I think I am. Like that. And let's do this a leaf. Now I feel that's not autumnal enough, so I'm going to grab number 49. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the end of this leaf here, just to give it a slightly more autumnal look. Now what colour for our flowers? Well, I think I might go with this. This is the 43. I think that might work quite nicely. I'm not going to do anything too fancy. Small, just block them in. Sort of peachy colour. Well, that rain isn't really coming too much. It's that sort of really big, loud, splatty rain. I'm sure there's probably a proper name for it, but that's my name for it. Here we go. I'm going to finish here. Look at this. Used every pencil in the box. No, didn't use any blues. But I'm going to finish it here because there's a lot to do. I'm going to come back tomorrow and finish this and decide what I'm going to do. It's probably just for this. I mean, an alternative way could be to do a background round here. But I think that's a lot of work, so it'd be easier just to do a bit here. But what? I don't know. I shall have a think. But for now, I am going to go. And hopefully you'll pop back tomorrow to complete it with me. But thank you so much for watching. Have a really super day and happy colouring.